Is the new Ford Ranger Raptor X up for hard work? In this review, you're going to find out. Ford's introduced this Ranger Raptor X flagship model as a fond farewell to the current generation of Ranger, and that's because there's an all-new version of the Ford Ranger coming very soon. This one is even more tricked up than the existing Raptor, with a bunch of extroverted accessories to make it stand out a little bit more than any other Ranger that's come before it. Sadly though, those changes that have been made to add some X factor to it have actually subtracted some of its payload capability. It's got the worst payload of any Ford Ranger ute that's come before it in this generation, 714 kilos, which is basically, well, not very much for a 1-ton ute. It's not even close to 1 ton. Then again, if you're buying a ute like this at $80,000, you've probably got staff that do the hard work for you, and this is just a toy for the weekend. And that's totally understandable, because look at it. It looks amazing, and it's got lots of stuff that you will love, like those Fox shock suspension. They've been tuned for desert rallying, and also BF Goodrich all-terrain tyres. It's designed for weekend fun. But the question is it any good at hard work? And we're going to find out in this review, because we're about to load up the tray with almost as much as it can take. I don't tell you this enough, but I love you for watching this video. And if you are watching on YouTube, don't forget to hit like and subscribe and share this video with your friends, because it really helps us out. And also hit that bell icon so you stay up to date with all the other videos that we've got coming up. The Raptor X isn't what you'd call a workhorse ute. It's more of a Mustang, not just because of the muscle car stripes on the bonnet, doors and tub, but because it fits under the Ford Performance banner of models, and it's usually best considered a lifestyle truck, but it's a ute, so it should be able to do ute things, including when it comes to practicality. Let's take a closer look. As for the practicality in the cabin, it's just as good as it's always been. So there's these centrally mounted front cup holders, there's a covered center console bin, which is a decent size. You've got big door pockets as well, and there's a 12-volt port down here, plus 2 USB ports, one for your smartphone mirroring, and a third USB port up here, so you can plug in a dash cam to it. In the back, there's a 230-volt power outlet, so you can charge up your tools on the move. If your Raptor X is a work truck and you need to share it with the apprentice, you've got a lucky apprentice firstly, but you might want to consider downloading the Ford Pass Connect app, which just allows you to keep an eye on the location of your ute at all times. Make sure they're not setting out on a Simpson desert crossing without you knowing about it. You can also start the engine or turn it off, or you can also heat or cool the cabin. Just don't haze your apprentice by turning the cabin heat all the way up while they're not expecting it. That's not cool. If you've seen any Ford Ranger review, you'll know that the backseat space is among the best in the class for comfort and quality. Although I will say that this seat is a bit uncomfortable. Someone my size behind my own seating position, I've got enough room, there's no doubt about that. If you've got kids, there are ISOFIX points on both outboard seats, but just make sure you take the child's seat with you when you go to test drive, because fitting one is a pain in the bum. We've come to our mates at Lower Mountains Landscape Supplies to see how it handles a load in the tub. Yep, that's the tub, and it's got a standard tub liner and 12-volt outlet, plus a few tie-down points and those new elongated sports bar arms. Those are the dimensions, not big enough to fit an Aussie pallet, and nor are most work utes, apart from cab chassis models and the VW Amarok. But again, it's not the workiest work ute, is it? The load-in height for the tray of the Raptor X is a little bit higher than most other Rangers. In fact, it's about 100 mils higher than a 4x4 regular Ranger. What that means is, because of the Fox shock suspension and those BF Goodrich tyres, you've just got a little bit more height to lift heavy items in and out of the back. That might matter to you, or you might not use the tub that often anyway. A lot of people who drive lifestyle utes like this typically don't, but we're here to test it. So we're going to put 600 kilos in the back. That's about 114 kilos shy of the payload limit, just to see how it copes with that weight. Let's find out. The Raptor X only comes with the brand's bi-turbo 4-cylinder 2-litre diesel engine, which is one of the most powerful 4-cylinders in the ute segment, and it's paired exclusively to a 10-speed automatic transmission. And that powertrain is up for hard work. We've tested it with much more weight on board a Ranger in different iterations of this ute, and it's never felt short of grunt. So challenging it with 600 kilos of weight in the tub and, well, a slightly heavier body isn't really a challenge at all. It's a capable, punchy and refined engine, and with 10 gears to play with, it's never really going to set a foot wrong when it comes to choosing the right gear. You will notice that it hunts for gears quite a bit, especially up or down hills, but it's all in the aim of trying to find the most efficient and effective path forward, and I like that. With this much weight on board, what I have noticed probably more than anything is the fact that the back is so squat and the nose is so far up in the air. It isn't, I guess, as bad as years-old utes, like 20-year-old utes, but you do notice that the back has sagged quite a bit, though the suspension is really coping well with lumps and bumps under the tyres. It isn't really phased at all. It's just that you have to pay attention to bigger lumps and bumps, like when you're going in and out of driveways. With this much weight on board, you will bottom out if you have a tow bar fitted. Another thing is that at higher speeds on the coil springs, you can sort of feel the body shimmy and shake just a little bit, and that's more than you would notice in one of the Rangers with leaf springs at the back. As with every Ranger that I've ever tested in this generation, steering's great, it's light and feels really accurate, and even with the weight in the tub, it feels pointable, and that's good because it is sort of nose up a little bit. In terms of unladen driving impressions, the suspension is a little bit more bouncy and bumpy than I remember it being, so having a little bit of weight in the back does settle the rear end just a touch, but overall it's a pretty nice ute to live with on a day-to-day basis. I would just say that the turning circle can be quite large, so keep it in mind if you're in a tight spot. On your screen right now, you'll see two different fuel use numbers. One is the official combined cycle figure for the Raptor X model, and that's what the brand claims you should be able to achieve in a mix of driving. And the other is what we achieved in our mix of driving with this much weight in the back of the Raptor X. And as you can tell, we went a fair bit over that claim. The Ranger is backed by Ford's lifetime capped price servicing plan, but the first 4 years or 60,000 kilometres of maintenance is capped at $299 per visit. Intervals are every 15,000 kilometres or 12 months, and if you always service with a Ford dealer, they'll include roadside assist for up to 7 years. Ford has a 5-year unlimited kilometre warranty, but you'll find better from Isuzu's 6-year plan and Mitsubishi, which now offers a conditional 10-year warranty. Yep, a decade of warranty. Is the Ford Ranger Raptor X a work ute? Well, probably not, but you can make it work hard if you want to. It just depends how hard you are planning to make it work, because with this much weight in the back, it, as you can tell, is working quite hard. The suspension isn't really set up to be a serious load lugger. And if you are looking for a Ford Ranger that can cope with more weight in the back, then there are plenty of options out there for you to choose from. Tell us what you think. Would you rate the Ranger Raptor X as a capable tradie ute, or is it more of a lifestyle poser? Let us know what you think in the comments section below. And if you are watching on YouTube, don't forget, hit like, subscribe, and that bell icon so you can keep up to date with all of our latest videos. And if you are, make sure you share this video with some friends, because the more people you tell, the more videos we can do. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for the next one.